Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're taking a look at the Ardnamurchan 10-year-old 50% ABV. Dustin, tell us more.
Mike, so you guys, I don't know if you guys know this yet or not. I know, Keith, you were part of the inaugural one, but the Online Whiskey Awards has declared this the best distillery in the world.
Over Springbank?
Over everybody.
Over Kevlin.
A distillery that has...
Did Roy go with that?
Yes, Roy was excited.
Get to it, boys.
So, and this was released about a week or two after they announced it as the distillery of the year, meaning they had, well, not all time, but just of the year, meaning they had not even released a 10-year-old product. They'd never done it. They'd only done NASs in single casks.
Smells like Ardnamurchan.
So, I bought this one without doing any research. I just saw that they put out a 10-year-old. It's super affordable, which I know everybody is super big fans of. This was like $55 or something.
10th anniversary edition.
Yeah, and so
natural color, on-shelf filter.
Yeah.
To me,
all the stuff we really care about. You know what they don't care about? Poor vision, or people who or even have decent vision.
Gold leaf.
Yeah, gold on like off gray with a terrible label.
Beige.
So this is unpeated spirit matured in ex-bourbon barrels and Paul Launois Barriques, which, by the way, when I looked up Paul Launois Barriques online, you know what I found?
What?
This bottle. I could not find anything on Paul Launois Barriques initially. So it's a champagne. It was what I finally dug into. But I had to actually read people talking about this bottle to find out that Paul Launois makes champagne. I'm just going out and saying I'm not thinking they make good champagne because no one talks about it.
I'll say this. There is a champagne note in there that I do like, but there's also some notes like it reminds me of some bad Juras and some bad Ardnamurchans. And it's like a cardboard woody type
Yes, that is dominating
this.
Thinness
with like a cardboard peppering.
Yeah, so when I first nosed it, I thought, okay, I'm getting some bubble gum. And that's what I'm getting right now. Is like a little bit of bubble gum. Then I dug in more, and you know what I started thinking? You know what? This reminds me a little bit of like a rye, like a Canadian rye.
It does have like a nice champagne / like citrus lemon loaf note.
And then, once I discovered that was champagne, I went, oh, that explains the bubblegum notes and all that.
Yeah, there's a bit of bubblegum, a bit of, the white wine, and then, you're right, like corrugated material.
Yeah.
Like glue and cardboard.
Yeah. Like I said, I kept going back and forth, and I started getting, again, Canadian rye, which I don't know if you guys have had much, like Alberta rye, but it's nothing like the American stuff where you get, like, a lot of the mint and other stuff. It's very, like, how do I put this? Like a 10-year from there, aged in Canada, where it's arctically cold, doesn't take on much cask, and their ryes don't have the same, like, vibrance that Americans do, at least at younger ages. It wasn't a positive note, I guess, is what I'm getting at, but it does have like a nice vanilla note coming through here, which I get throughout that.
Yeah, twins vanilla. I can get with that, but
it's not like a dessert vanilla. It's almost like a very like artificial, like something they would have like sprayed on a hard candy to just give it like an extra note.
There's like a super sweet, like apple juice note that almost like kind of comes in and out, but then it like smells like BO, then back to sweet. I'm not joking.
It's Jim Locker sock here.
It like tricks you for a second. It's gonna be like
the glue and like,
and then all of a sudden it's delicious again.
The glue and paper.
The glue and paper and like the cardboard that you like put like thumbtacks in is really. With that, now this is the second Ardnamurchan we brought the folks. The other one we had was peated, and
it needs peat.
I thought it was pretty good.
All I gotta say is, so far I disagree with the Scotch Whiskey Award online.
I'm sorry. If this is your first 10-year-old release, let's get into the taste, see if there's something here. But I don't know what the hell they were thinking about this bottle.
Did Ralphie go along with it too?
Oh yeah.
Ralphie said Ardnamurchan was better distillery than Springbank.
You know, they love the fact that it's available. There's like 30,000 bottles or 15,000 bottles. I think this is 15. And, the prices are really cheap.
There's some translation. It's peppery, a little bit of citrus.
Yeah.
There is a nice sweetness to the malt that is...
Yeah, I mean,
I agree with that.
I'm not saying
It's actually better on the palate than it is on the nose.
that corrugated paper glue thing is not prevalent on the palate.
Correct. That was the worst part about the nose by far.
It has a very interesting spiciness that I think is probably coming from those champagne casks that no one's ever heard of.
What is the ABV on this?
50. Which actually kind of makes it seem a little thin, actually, given it's 50.
Real thin for if it's...
But then again, they used a champagne cask. Champagne is pretty drying, and this is a very drying...
Agree with that, yep.
Spirit. So it's taken on that element.
Man, it smells like sour lemon.
Mm-hmm. The spice notes on there are not... They're not working for me at all. They're peppery, but they're coming with... now I'm starting to get the little that glue note on the palate.
I had more fun trying to spell this word.
I'll say this. This reminds me, unfortunately, there's a couple of really good notes, but this reminds me of some non-age statements or a few age statements that were really low quality from... Where was it? Scapa, I had one.
Scapa,
I
yeah.
had Jura, and then a really low level, like non-aged or no age statement, Auchentoshan, man.
All right, guys. Time for whiskey score. Keith, we'll go from you to Dustin.
For me, this is a 79 out of 100.
Yeah. That's all? Okay. Yeah, I'm about an 80. This is on some level offensive. There are a few redeeming notes, but this is nothing I will drink again.
So an 80, but an 80 is like you would take it if it was free at a bar, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the bottom end.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had worse whiskey, but
not-
if I never drink this again, that is my preferred method for my future.
I mean, here's the thing. I would rather have a Johnny Walker Black than this.
Yep.
Now, I say that. Let me qualify with this is a better spirit. It's better presentation.
I'd really go with Glenfiddich 12.
Hell yeah.
I haven't had that in so long. It's been years.
Yeah, so I'm going to give this a 75. But
You had to be the lowest.
I was 75 before you said it. But I'm trying to make myself go higher here. I mean, my first gut thought was, you know what? These wine casks are so bad. 0. But I'm not doing that. It's a 75. I think, again, these champagne casks suck. They do not work at all in this whiskey. And they've taken what is a decent spirit and ruined it. And I'm with Mike. I'm done.
I got things to do with the rest of my life. I'm 48 years old. I don't have time for this.
I'm going to try to... I might buy...
This is blasphemy. We're gonna get roasted online for this.
you know what the thing is? I'm actually maybe going to find some champagne.
It's not good. It's not
and
good.
see if you can mix this with champagne and make it...
Now, obviously, there could be amazing Ardnamurchan
Mix it with
expressions, but
orange juice.
That ain't it.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed because, again, we tried an NAS that was peated that I thought had some potential.
Yeah, it wasn't
This
terrible.
does not show any potential. This is just terrible.
Just terrible. Okay, those are our thoughts on this particular whiskey. If you guys had a chance to try this one, love to know what you guys think. Dustin, until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Just drink better, people. Please. They're really well known for their sherry casks.
Berry Brothers and Rudd.
Anyway, and the fact that their first tenure doesn't use sherry casks just kind of shocks me.
Rudd.
They decided to go with this. Yeah, again, once you